Welcome to It Was Never You, where we talk about narcissism, complex PTSD, and recovery. So today I wanted to talk about when you are being gaslit in the moment, a couple of tools that you can utilize so that you don't get foggy in the mind and lose your balance and not know what to say or how to, not defend yourself, but how to stay clear while you're having a conversation. So what is gaslighting? Gaslighting is when one of the tactics used is when you are told that you're not remembering things correctly, or that that isn't the way that it happened, and I never said that. Those are some of the common things that toxic people will say to you while you're having a conversation. For example, if you bring something up, they'll tell you, "I never said that. It didn't happen that way." And then what could end up happening is the physiological response is you get cloudy in the mind. A child was planted with a false memory. And in the beginning, he fought against that memory and said, no, that's not the way that it happened. But over time, he became adamant about the false memory and saying that it was true, because then they flipped it on him and they told him, no, it didn't happen that way. And he said, yes, it did. So we are very easily manipulated as humans, our brain is, and things can be planted in us that are false. So you want to stay grounded in the truth, in your truth, and in reality. And one of the ways that you can do this is by journaling things. If it's written down exactly the way that it happened, so that you can refer back to it and you can stay grounded in that truth. Respond only to what they are saying. Listen to exactly the words that are coming out of their mouth and respond only to those things. Stay on target. Approach them with a situation, okay? And one of the tactics they will use is they will try to derail the conversation. So you say, this is something that happened and it bothered me. Then they'll bring up something else. And it kind of goes on this merry-go-round of the past 10 years of things that have happened. You can call them ad hominem attacks. What they'll do is they will attack your character. They will say, well, you're this and you're that. And you have to stay grounded in what you are talking about and bring them back to the conversation, because they will go like a train that goes off the rails and they'll take you along with them. So you have to be firm in what you are talking about and stick to the story that is at hand, because they will try to constantly be derailing the conversation. And then also with the character attacks, it's a ploy to get your emotions riled up. They attack your character in order to get you emotionally upset, to get you to think of yourself in a negative way, to get you to just feel really terrible about yourself, and then your questioning them will stop. They feed on their emotional vampires, and if you are involved with one of these toxic people, you could be a sensitive person. Not in a negative way, like they like to throw that and use that against you, you're so sensitive. But you could be on the spectrum of being sensitive to people's critical words of you. So you have to understand that is another ploy to get you really upset, so you can be thinking that everything is your fault. Because ultimately, the goal is to get you to think that you're not good enough in order for them to assert power and control over you. If you maintain the truth about who you are, about the situation, about the memory, in the moment, know when you are getting foggy in the mind, when things are starting to not make sense, when you're questioning what is actually going on here, I don't understand what is going on here, and recenter yourself in truth, in what your actual truth is of the memory, and don't fall into their emotional attack and their character assassination. Just don't give up and keep going. And over time, you'll remain clear and focused, and you'll be able to have a conversation without falling into that mindset that you just aren't good enough, because that's their ploy to gain power and control over you.